Hello everybody and welcome to our YouTube channel. This is the channel for the Center of Confidence and I am Nancy Castro, the Confidence Catalyst. What I want to talk about is this week's tip. We're going to be having tips every single week, so don't miss them. And if you know anybody that could use this information, please let them know and share the video. So let's get started. This week, let's talk about identity crisis. You do realize that most of us go through identity crisis, yet we don't really realize what it's called. We don't want to label it. So for example, women that are going from single to a relationship, or to a relationship and now married and living together, or going from now married to motherhood. Every stage of your life where let's say you were a staff member, now you moved into a leadership position and a management position. There's all these phases in our lives where we switch over to the next, and in between those, it's a transitional period from your old you to the new you. And while you're transitioning, there's a certain part in the middle where you are trying to figure out, wait, who am I? What am I doing here? What's happening? A lot of questions start coming up and you start realizing, I don't even know who I am anymore. And that is the one thing that is identity crisis right here. And how do we get through that? And it is embracing the journey. It is understanding that you're going through a change. We're so hard on ourselves because we identify with the old me. I used to be this, I was that. You have all these bullet points of what you used to be, and now all these new points, these new bullet points are trying to come in, these new things that are happening, these new things that you have to be doing and collaborating, or a new vision. Even moving in with someone and having that relationship, you're not thinking for just one anymore, you're thinking for two people, and finding that in-between point. And same with a career where you were a staff and now you move into a managerial position. How do you get into that middle point and transition past that? And a lot of it is awareness, is understanding what it is. It's okay, I know I'm going through an identity crisis. Some of us get frustrated, some of us get depressed, some of us get anxiety, some of us just kind of, we feel like we're losing ourselves, and we start going downhill and we put value on certain things that we're not even really aware of. For example, becoming a mother, where you were before, you were in a position or you had your own business, and now you have to let it go or not give it as much attention, and now you've become fully mom mode. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. After a while, people say, oh, I've lost myself. I don't even know who I am anymore. Have you heard women say that? They say it all the time. And the moment you hear somebody say, I don't even know who I am anymore, it's a call for help. And that is understanding, how do I get past this transitional period? And it's almost like being in the gray area. And it's okay, it's understanding that, you know what, I'm going through a transition, I'm going through growth. Growth means getting out of your comfort zone, the unknown. So newness is coming in, which means you have to let go of some of the stuff that no longer is you. You've identified with it for so long that then you have to pull it out and bring in new things that are happening, and you're almost like a rebirth, like you're recreating who you are in that specific period. It is going to continuously happen as we move on to different phases. Where you're single in your relationship, boom, you're going to have your growth period. Then from relationship to married, that's another growth period. From mom, or from being married to mom, that's another growth period. From staff to now management, another growth. So there's so many parts of our lives that we don't realize that we hit identity crisis. When you're moving to a brand new country like me, from LA all the way to Dubai, and trying to find who am I here? I'm no longer that person that I was in LA, so who am I now? And being able to ask those questions, and then understanding and writing down where I'm in the middle ground right now. I'm in the identity crisis, figuring out who I am. And once you figure that out, and once you're able to process through and kind of get through that phase, you get to the point where you've recreated yourself to that next level. And new challenges and new things will happen at that level. You'll grow, and then you move on to the next. So hope all of you understood everything that we discuss every single week, especially with identity crisis, where people say, what is that? You get to share a little bit of what we all go through on a daily basis, and we don't really understand what it is. So thank you so much for joining us. And again, do yourself a favor and share this with your friends that are going through some of this. And if you have any questions, please feel free to private message me.